Hi everyone, it's Holly here. Welcome to Wellspring Live, which is actually pre-recorded this week, so slightly different. But today I want to talk about something that's really come up a lot on the heels of the 5-day event, Your Spiritual Business Unblocked. One of the things that so many of us as entrepreneurs feel, experience, and even hold ourselves back with is the energy of feeling that we have to do it the way we see other people do it, or we have to do it the way that the experts tell us to do, or the way that our vision feels right now. So let's dissect this a little bit today, because with all those aspects of the way you think it should be done, the way some experts might tell you it needs to be done, or the way you feel like your vision is telling you it needs to be done, all of those can create places where you might hesitate. You might hold yourself back. You might say, I'm not ready. You might choose to not even make any progress because you feel not good enough, not aligned, and actually question yourself. And we don't want that for you. So here's what I want to talk about with regard to that. Let's start with this idea of vision first, because that's one of the things that can really get in our way. And especially in the 5-day, we looked at vision, didn't we? We explored the energy of vision. Now remember, vision is a really expansive energy. It's giving you the energy of what your potential is. It's not necessarily exactly where you are right now, but it's telling you where your possibilities can be. Now, you've heard me talk about this before, and I'll bring it up again. With that is you're here and your vision is here. Please let yourself off the hook, and you don't need to be all the way over there in one fell swoop. All right? You're going to get there in those small aligned steps. So all you need to do is hold your vision and say, wow, that's yummy. That's magnetic. I love it. And I'm going to just take myself on a gentle, loving journey, one where every step I take is the step that feels right. It feels aligned. It feels like the easiest thing for me to do right now, or the thing that I'm most ready to do. Okay, really, really important for you to do that. Now, one of the things that's also goes along with this is the idea of feeling like, and I see this all the time, that my vision, I don't have a grounding for it. So I feel like if I get my business there, if I get my life work there, it's going to overwhelm me. It's going to be too much. It's not going to be manageable. Now, when you feel that, what you want to do is decide and remember that even though they're paradigms, thought forms, beliefs in the collective consciousness, that being in business has to be hard, it has to be exhausting, it has to be too many hours, it has to be overwhelming, all of that. Sure, there are beliefs out there like that, but how is it that you want to create your business? If you want to create it as a half-time business, if you want to create it as a 2-session-a-week business, if you want to create it as a 1 podcast a week business, whatever it is, please give yourself permission to do that. And in this energy of you say, well, I don't really want a business that's overwhelming, that's exhausting, that keeps me out of my life balance and also away from the things that I really love to do. Okay, let that go. You can create a business where your needs are served, the business's needs are served, and your clients' needs are served. And when you hold that dear to your heart, that I can do this, and then go for those easy steps towards that, always keeping in mind that your vision is there, but you get to create the form of your vision in the way that's right and aligned for you right now. Okay. Now, another thing that I've discovered, and I feel this sometimes too, but also so many of you, and you can raise your hand on this, you have a lot of things to offer to the world. You've spent a lot of time energy, resource, your own personal passion, studying a lot of things. You've developed a lot. You have a lot to offer and support. When you're in earlier stages of your business, here's what my big suggestion is for you. And this goes into the topic today of making it your way. Please don't think that you need to start your business with everything all at once. That might be overwhelming to you. It might be too much to explain to your clients. So here's my solution. I've offered this solution so many times to spiritual entrepreneurs. What's the easiest thing for you to offer right now? That could be for a variety of reasons. The easiest thing could be the modality, for example, that you feel most comfortable and confident with. It could be whatever feels easiest. It could be that you have a whole series of modalities and one of them is more well known, so more people in the world are going to know about it. And so it's easier to promote that and know that people have a general understanding of what it is. Start with that. Start with the thing that feels easiest and most confident to you. And it's not that you're letting your other modalities go, but what do you want to lead with? How do you want to overcome any inertia? That's where you want to start. And that's where you start to create a business that's really on your terms and in your way, and also in a way that can create the greatest amount of success and momentum. Another thing that often comes up around this is the topic of money and what am I going to charge? And we often have this vision or this idea, or we look in the world and we see, oh, other people are charging this. So here's my advice around this always. Again, this goes back to creating it your way and creating it your way exactly from where you are right now. So what does that mean? If you say, I'm going to just throw out numbers, they may not be yours. I'm just going to throw out what's intuitively coming into my head right now. If you say, oh, I feel like I should charge $150 for my session, and my session is 1 hour, or my service, whatever it is. And you say, I know other people in my area are charging that, other people in my industry are charging that, so I should charge that. Take a moment and feel into that. If somebody said to you, I love what you're offering, tell me more about it. What's the cost? What's the time? All of that. If somebody asked you that because they're interested, they've already decided they want to work with you, what would you say to them? Is it easy to say, are you going to easily get $150 across your lips? That's what I always like to say. Is that easy for you to say? If it's not, if you're not aligned with it yet, then hold that 150 as an ideal, as a vision, as something you're moving towards. It's okay if you're not quite ready for that yet. What does come across your lips easily at this moment in time? When you consider the value of your education, the value of your knowledge and your expertise, the sensitivity of your awareness, all of that, what is that easily conveyed from you? So you may say, okay, 150 is my ideal, but actually if somebody came and asked me what feels easy for me to say right now is $75. Or you might feel like it's easy for you to say $90. And literally practice this. I've been working with some people even this past week. Practice this so it's easy for you. If 150 is your goal, but you're not there yet, what you want to do is where can I be aligned with right now? And that's often how this gets conveyed through your voice. If you feel like, okay, I can easily say to somebody for an hour of my time, the cost or the energetic exchange, the investment, people use all different kinds of languaging around that, is $75. If you can own that, if you can feel that, if you can align with that, be there. That's how you create business your way, and you're not creating a block for yourself. Because if you're shooting further than where you are right now, you'll stop. But if you find that place where you actually are aligned and it feels easy for you, be there. Because here's another piece about creating business your way. You're not creating a final destination. You're creating a journey, just like you've been on, just like everyone on a healing journey is. Be that in your business as well. Can you feel how you can be on a journey? And your journey could be right now, what I'm aligned with is inviting clients in for a 30-minute session, not an hour session, or an hour-long session, and I feel very aligned with it being $75. I know in the long run, I'd like it to be different than that. I'd like to move my way up, but I'm okay with this right now. Please give yourself permission. This is what it means to create business your way on your terms, is honor where you are right now. Honor where you are right now. And then know that you're going to change, you're going to grow as you gain your confidence, as you gain more clients. For all the reasons, you can change. I know that when I first started doing energy healing work back in 2006, my pricing was very low compared to what it is right now. When I started doing the Akashic Records, it was a lot lower than it is now. Why? Because I wasn't aligned yet with something that was a different number. So start with where you are with every aspect of your business, okay? So another aspect of this, I know I'm giving you a lot of little kind of bullet points here. Some of these are going to land for you. Some of these are going to be relatable for some of you. Not everyone's going to relate to all of these, but I hope you find something here. The next thing to do is think about what you're assuming about business and how you have to be in business. So the whole thing about being online or having a podcast or creating a YouTube channel or starting a blog or just being out there via the internet. Sure, the internet's great. You have an opportunity, depending on the work you do, to work with people all over the world. If you have that kind of toolbox, if you will. You know, if you're doing massage, you're going to need to work with people in your local community or wherever you are physically, right? But if you're working with energy, if you're doing readings, if you're doing psychic experiences, mediumship, you know, any of that, those translate online. But the reality also is most of us can start just getting into our own community if we wish. If we don't have to start and feel overwhelmed by getting into the whole internet space and creating videos and you don't feel ready to do it. Some of you are going to be much better one-to-one with somebody in person. Allow that to be where you put your energy if that's what you know you're best at. Some of you are going to love to do public presentations, meaning like go to a local healing studio, find a group that meets regularly, I don't know, a women's group or a book club, somewhere where you can go talk to the people and share what it is you do. And that's all in your local community. That's in person, because more things are happening in person these days, aren't they? So if you feel pressure from the whole online internet thing, can you maybe let that go for right now and find the places where it feels right and aligned for you? So taking this idea out of your consciousness that it needs to be this, or other people are saying I need to go, I don't know, create videos and do videos all the time. That may not be your thing, or not be your thing yet. I know that I do things all the time now that I never would have predicted that I would do. I never would have predicted I would do this. Right now, I'm talking to you completely spontaneously. No script. Never did I think, well, in the past, never did I expect to create a video like this. So what we want to do is allow ourselves to be where we are and decide that where we are, there's some success there. There's a possibility there, and open up to discovering what feels right for you right now. Because whatever's right for you right now If you can move in that space and start working with your people, start sharing your light and your gifts, that creates impact. That means you're here doing what you feel that you're aligned to do. It will grow your confidence. It will grow your sense of empowerment. And after you acclimate to that, then you'll naturally get drawn to what the next thing is for you. So please give yourself permission, no matter what it is, where any place that you say, I can't do that, or I don't want to do that, or I'm too scared to do that, and then you start feeling like I can't do it at all. Let's have a conversation around it. Put a comment in the chat. I'd love to hear what's going on for you around that. Where do you feel like you're in resistance because you think it needs to look a particular way? And yet maybe it doesn't need to look that way. Maybe there's a place where you can start right where you are, right where you are. Sure, it might push an edge. It might push a little bit of a boundary, but it's not so much of an edge. It's not so much of a boundary that you won't do it at all. Because the truth is this, and I know many of you have had experiences with this, when you're doing your work, when you're meeting with your people, when you're sharing, when you're inspiring, when you're helping support people's healing and transformation, when you're guiding them to the next level of somebody else's greatness, it feels amazing. It's uplifting, it's inspiring for you. It helps you feel I'm on track and I'm on purpose. No matter what it is, it's not how many people you're helping. If you change the life of one person, if you support a handful of people in getting to the next level and living at a greater level of what their light and love is in the world, the ripple out effect of that is tremendous. And that means you've been part of that co-creation with them. And you will start to feel satisfied. You will start to feel happy. You will start to feel like, I want to do more of this. And that's the sweet spot where you have an opportunity to be when you start really deciding that you can create your business in your way, on your terms, and recognize it's always going to evolve. It's always going to change. You can still always move in the direction of your vision. Absolutely. You want to use that, as I've talked about before, as your pole star. But it's okay if you're not ready to be all the way there yet. Allow yourself the grace of being in process with kindness, with understanding, with love and compassion. I'm sure these are all things that you vision for the world and people and the way you want to help others. And we want to really bring that into our own energetic space and heart about being kind and compassionate and understanding with ourselves so that we can grow into that and then allow ourselves to keep expanding to whatever is next. Again, I'd love to hear how this lands with you. What part of the many things I've said really strikes a chord with you? And I'd love to hear how this might be inspiring you today. Take care, everyone. It's always a pleasure to be here with you, whether it's recorded or whether it's live.